Hey y'all, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make three super cute and super easy bee decor crafts. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you how to make all of them. Alright y'all, I know I sound funny. I'm on the tail end of a cold. We all know what stress does to the immune system. So I'm on the tail end of a cold and I'm still a little congested. But what do I have here? I have plastic spoons. You can get plastic spoons pretty much anywhere. But what we're going to do with these spoons is we're going to paint them. And eventually we're going to be cutting the handles off. Now, when I paint mine, I keep the handles on until the paint is dry. It's easier to hold on to. Now, you can cut them off and then paint them if you want to, but I'm going to leave the handles on. So, whatever color you want for the body of your little bee here, go ahead and get that. I'm using this Brilliant Gold. This is a Faux art brand, multi-surface, and it's just this really pretty, like, yellowish color gold. So I'm going to use that. So let's see. This is going to be the body of our little bee. And you see how this is the bottom of the spoon, okay? And this is the bottom. That's the side that we're going to be painting, not the inside. Paint its little bottom. So I'm just going to paint this, and I'm going to go up just a little bit because we're going to be leaving just a little bit of the handle on there, okay? And that's going to let us glue it all together here in a little bit. But I'm just kind of going to paint it just like so. And let's just make a couple of these. So let me do that one, and I'm going to paint a few more. I'll be back. Okay, so I painted 3 bodies, and we're going to let that dry. I was getting ready to say we're going to let that cool. Yeah, cool down. But we're going to let those dry. And then we're going to put another coat, possibly a third coat. But anyway, now I have, again, from Folk Art, this is in the color Champagne. And so it's also a really pretty metallic type paint. Now for each little bee, you're going to need 3 spoons, okay? 1 for the body, 2 for the wings. So now, once again, we're painting the underside of the spoon. Whee! Okay? I love this color, so pretty. So, I'm just going to paint more spoons. Let's see, 2 for each body, 2 for the wings that will go on the body. So yeah, 1 spoon for the body, 2 for the wings. I'm just going to paint this, and then we'll let all this paint dry. Like I said, I'm going to do another coat, possibly a third coat. I'm getting paint everywhere. And then we'll come back and start cutting them apart. Okay, so for the heads, what do I use? I use these little split balls. These are just little wooden pieces. These are the 1-inch size, okay? I got these at Hobby Lobby, but wherever, like the wooden pieces, anything wooden, a lot of craft stores carry these, okay? And you can see they're just like these little half spheres here. Now, if you don't have these, then you can use buttons. You know, like the dome-shaped buttons that just has like the shank on the back. You can also use one of those. So I'm making 3 little bees. 3 little bees here. Heads will roll. 3 bees. So now, 2B or not 2B? 3B. Anyway, multi-surface metallic paint. Again, from Folk Art. This is charcoal black. A nice metallic finish. And I don't feel like pouring it into the lid. So let's just do it this way. And I'm just painting each one of these. Once again, this will probably take 2 coats as well. So I'm just going to paint these and let them dry and do another coat. And then we'll put them together. Okay, so all of our paint has dried, and I put on 3 coats, okay, just to make sure that it was nice and covered. Of course, if you had white spoons, then, you know, it would make your paint look more opaque, and you wouldn't need as many layers. But you know what? These are what I had on hand. Oh, I'm stuck. It's all right. We'll cut that off later anyway. Get out of my way. So now for the little bodies, come here. We're going to paint on some black stripes. And I'm going back using this metallic black paint that I used on the little heads. And I'm using a sponge applicator because you see like the fine point there. We can use that to help us with our stripes. So I'm just getting just a little bit of paint on here. Did I get enough? I don't know. My sponge is black and so is my paint. Okie doke. So now let's take this, and then I'm just going to kind of dab it on there just to make stripes. And I don't want these to be perfect. I mean, because, you know, little fuzzy bee butts aren't perfect. The lines, their little stripes are kind of fuzzy looking. So now I'm just going to get some more paint, and we're going to do that all the way up the spoon. So I'm waiting for my glue gun to get hot, but let's go ahead and start cutting some of our spoons. Now, this is the body here, and I'm just going to cut just right up above here. Not a whole lot of the handle. And I'm just using wire cutters to do that. See? Cut like the little nubby nubs right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the wings. Like so. Okay. Now we want to cut the wings kind of like at an angle. You see how at the top of this one, how I've cut that at an angle there? So that they'll kind of fit together just a little bit better on the body. So you just kind of hold it at an angle and then whee! All right, so this will be on this side. See at the angle there. And now let's cut this other side. Just be mindful of which side you're cutting. There we go. And then we're going to glue them to the top of the body here. Let's see if my glue gun's hot enough. If it's not, I'm going to have to wait a few more seconds. No, it's not quite hot enough. I got a cough drop in my mouth, so I don't sit here and hack on you. So, wait, there's something stuck to it. Stop. So I'm just going to put us a big old blob of hot glue. And then I'm just going to press the wings down like so. And then press the other one down. Now adjust it however wide you want your wingspan to be. I say about like that is just fine. So now I'm going to hold these in place until that glue sets up. So that glue has hardened up, and then I flipped it over and I put just a little bit of glue on the bottom there. So now here's our little half spheres here that have dried, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Then we'll put the antennas on here. I just think it would be a lot better if we had the head glued down. That way it's just easier to handle, okay? All right, so let's put the little head there. And now let's set that down over here. I put a little too much glue right there. It's okay. So this is just some wire. Whatever wire you have is fine. I'm just going to cut, I don't know. Wasn't really going to measure it. But I have some round nose pliers here. And I'm just going to grab the end here, and I'm just going to kind of roll it over. Why am I doing this? Because we're going to glue some little rhinestones down, and you want something for the glue to hold on to, okay? So let's see. And I'm just going to fold it in half. Well, kind of half. I don't know if that's exactly half. Probably not. And then just grab the other end and just kind of spin it around like so. And then we have this here, okay? So now we're going to glue that to the underside of his little noggin. I'm just going to put another big old blob of hot glue and stick it down, okay? Like that. And now let's let this glue set up. Okay, so I trimmed the antenna down just a little bit. I wasn't happy with the way it was looking. So now what are these? I just have some rhinestones here, okay? And let's just try to be so extra careful. Just putting a little blob of hot glue there and gently sticking down the little rhinestones. Just get it right where you want it. And stick that down. Like so, and there is your little bee. Now, what do you do with these? Whatever you want to do with them. It's a decoration. You could glue it to vases, attach it to wreaths, stick it on a photo frame, you know, use it in your floral arrangements. Whatever you want to put this little guy on. But anyway, aren't they cute? I really, really like him. So now I'm going to make a handful more so he can have some friends, and then that will be that. So let's move on to the next video. Okay, now I have a vase. Just a glass vase. You could get these anywhere, Walmart, Dollar Tree, craft stores. I also have some of this rope. And all we're going to be doing right now is just gluing gluing the rope to the vase. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. So let's see, do I want to start? No, we'll start down here at the bottom, I guess. I'm going to put some glue right here. And then let's just get this started. And then we're going to glue it all the way around. Okay, so now I've got it glued around the bottom. All I'm doing now, pretty self-explanatory. Just gluing it all the way up. See, I'm just putting my hot glue there, just holding the rope, and then just spinning the vase, and then just putting a little bit of glue down here and there, okay? So I'm going to do this all the way up to the top. So we're covering the entire thing. All right. Our vase is covered. Now, there was 50 feet of rope that I had in that little package, and I had just a tiny handful. Oh, this is loose. And I had just a tiny handful left, okay? Now, out of that handful, I just kind of cut a length, and then I glued the two ends together like this, just to make a circle, and we're going to use that for our opening. So let's put that part down here. And all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put some hot glue right around there, flip it over, and then stick it down right about where I want it. Okay? Just kind of pat that in place, and then we're going to let that glue set up. Okay, so now I have some black acrylic paint here, and we're going to paint the inside of this black. I think this is black, carbon black. It's like when I was at the store getting the paint, they were stocking the shelves, and the woman just would not get out of my way so I could grab what I wanted. So yeah, I wasn't even sure what color I had grabbed. But anyway, we're going to paint the inside of this black. Okay, so this has been sitting here for a few minutes just to dry a little bit. It's not fully dry, I'm going to tell you that. But anyway, now we are moving on, and we're going to add our honey. And for that, Surebonder was kind enough to send me their Cool Shot color glue sticks and their Cool Shot miniature glue gun. Now, this glue gun does not get nearly as hot as a regular glue gun, and it's, I would say, not 100% safe for kids. If you use this with kid crafts, of course, you're still going to need to supervise closely, but it just doesn't get as hot as other glue guns, okay? Oh, I got some glue stuck there. And it comes in all these fun colors. So I'm using yellow for our honey. And I'm just going to pump some in there, like I said, just to look like honey. And I'm just going to let it kind of drip down a little bit. Now, if you don't have this, or if you, what I was saying before my phone cut off was, if you don't have any colored glue sticks, that's fine. You don't have to have colored glue sticks. You can use regular hot glue and then just paint it yellow, you know. So if you don't have the colored kind, you know, don't freak out or be upset. It'll be okay. You gotta do a lot with paint. So I'm just going to keep piping this on there until it looks the way I want it. Okay, so there's that. So now going back to our regular glue gun to glue these down, I got these little bees from Hobby Lobby. They are over like in the party supplies. They had like a bunch of bee things for a baby shower, and this is where these came from. They're just these little bee guys on a piece of wire, and we're just going to cut the wire off, and then we're going to glue the little bees down wherever we want them. Oop. Ah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bee. All right. So let's put one right there. And put another one here. And maybe another couple. And then we'll move on. Okay. So I have our little bee friends on here. And now I have some ribbon. I have some black and white polka dot ribbon. And then this yellow gingham ribbon here. I think I'm just going to glue this ribbon down here, and then we're going to tie a bow and put on. I just wanted a little extra something. It was looking a little too plain for me, okay? So let's say right about here. And then let's get the end of our ribbon. Okay. Just going to glue this around, and then I'm going to do the same thing with some of that yellow ribbon. All right, so that is done. So now I'm just going to take this ribbon here, and I'm just going to make a bow. And all I'm doing, let's move this out of the way. I'm just going to make like a big floppy bow with like several loops. Oh, I wanted to pull this down. Right there. Okay, I'm just going to wrap this around a few times. I'm just sliding it off of my cardboard here, and it's just a big loop. That's all it is. Okay, I just made loops with the ribbon. That's all I did. Now I'm just going to take this ribbon here, and we're just going to tie it kind of towards the center. This does not have to be perfect. You just hold it like so, and then kind of just get your loopy loops however big you want them. And just kind of pull that through there. And then you just tighten down your piece of ribbon here. Just tie this knot here. Trim it away, and then we're just going to glue it onto the vase. Okay. So everything is all tied, and I'm just going to glue this bow like so. Let's see. Is that centered? I don't even know. Okay. Just going to glue that down right there. And then I have some sunflowers over here somewhere that I want to put in this little vase. And that will be that. See? Yeah, we have our little messy bow here. And I'm going to mess with the loops just a little bit more. You know, just fan them out. But for now, that is that. So let's put the flowers in there. And that part is done. All right, so for this last little craft here, once again, we are working with our Cool Shot from Surebonder and these yellow glue sticks. If you do not have yellow hot glue sticks, it's perfectly fine. Just use regular hot glue, and then you can paint the glue with acrylic paint. But anyway, I have these little honey dippers here. How cute are these? These came from Hobby Lobby. So we're just going to take 1, 2, however many you want. Let's do it. Oh, hell, let's just do a handful. All right. All that we're going to be doing with these is taking our yellow hot glue, which I hope that this is hot enough. Okay. And I'm just going to drip it on there to look like honey. That's all I'm doing right now. Okay. There's a fly in here because it's lovely warm weather and I've had the windows open. So, all right. So just go around like so. So now I have a little flower pot. I don't even know the size of it because it was in my stash and the label has been ripped off. So I don't know how big it is. But anyway, look at it. Kind of judge that way. But let's see. I know that this flower pot looks awful big compared to my little honey dippers here. But we'll just mess around with it. See what we can do to make it work. Okay. So I have some ribbon, like I did a while ago, and I think what I'm just going to do is let's glue the yellow ribbon around. It's like the same ribbon that we used in the previous video. Stop! Okay, I'm just going to put that there, and then we're just going to bring it around, and then glue it down and trim away the excess. Okay. For lack of something better to go in here, I'm just going to use some of this moss that I have on hand and just cram it down in there. And I'm going to make a god-awful mess while I'm doing it. All right. Just cram that down in there. Put some more in there. All right. Can you tell that I'm stressed out today? All right. So now we're going to take our little honey dippers here. Just kind of stick them down in there. I just put glue on all of them. Okay, like the whole pack. How many was in there? 6. Should I have some more moss in here? I think so. I think that's just a little too low. All right, is that better? Let's just cram some more. Okay, now let's try it. Okay, that's better. That's better. And then going back to the little bees that we used a while ago, I'm just going to stick some of those little bees in there as well because they're cute and I like them. Now the bees that we made with the spoons a while ago, we could have used those, but They're a little large. So we have these bees. Let's see how we can just, I'll mess with those some more later. Anyway, these little honey dippers, and they kind of look like flowers, so I thought that was cute. Then we have our little bee here. I'm just going to use these scissors. And let's see. Should I curl that a little bit? Or should I just stick it down in the moss? I am just going to put a blob of glue here on the end. And then, whoopsie, I'm just going to stick it down in the moss. And I'm going to hold it there just for a second so that glue can set up. And then that will be that. I might glue some more little bees in there too. I don't know, instead of the one. He needs a friend, doesn't he? Let's move this back over. Okay. Just hold that in place. And if I want more bees, I'll put more bees. But if not, then that is that. If you would, please give this video a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media. Links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye.